Get ready to go live on Facebook. Hey, everybody.
What's up, y'all?
Hi. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to every daddy,
yes.
pappy, whatever y'all call yourself out there.
Yes, and if you've ever fathered or taken care of or been a daddy to someone who's not yours, happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Because we all need them. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited today because we are for the first time trying.
But what show is this?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll tell you the name of the show.
Okay. So, welcome to another episode of Sunday Bites and Tidbits with myself, Chef Babette, and my co-host,
Tara Bennett-Smith.
And we're just here today to welcome you and to turn you on to some good vegan. You're so silly.
Because I like ice cream and cake, and vegan ice cream and cake, now you can just eat it all. And today, we also am going live on Instagram.
Right.
We're trying this out, so we may look down because we're at that camera, we may look up. But guess what? We have a new producer who's coming aboard to help us.
God, my
because
son.
We've got so much going on, and poor little Tara and technology are like two diseases.
If y'all know my son, Brooke DeLoe, yeah, he gonna hook us up.
He gonna hook us up. So he's
love you, Brooke.
Yes,
please.
My son has been helping us, but he's his own Instagram person. He's always sleeping by the time we go on.
Right.
But it's nice. We're gonna have a new producer to help us out to make sure we can go live on all the platforms. Yes. Anyway, we got my thingies going on here. I don't know how to turn this off. So, anyway, so today we have with us a beautiful, oh my gosh, look at this. I'm a hot mess. See, this is why I need somebody. It's horrible. I got somebody hooked up my computer so that it now my text goes through my computer, so my texts are coming in the frame.
So
it's just a hot mess.
Anyway,
today we're so excited, right?
Yeah, we are excited
because we have a beautiful sister with us, an actress, a singer, entrepreneur. She has a brand of vegan deliciousness.
Yes.
Ice cream. Right now we're eating take some of that.
Well, okay, so this is
the pecan maple
pecan. Let me tell you, it's got crunchy stuff in here. Oh my gosh. That is so. What kind of cake is it?
I think it's a pound cake, but let's bring her on because I
know we're doing just eating the food.
I already ate 4 slices of her cake.
I know.
I was trying to save the package.
So when I got here, the cake was already eaten.
Well, let's welcome Rashawn Wilson Ashley.
Yay. Hey, Rashawn, welcome to the show.
How you
doing?
How
the
you
lit.
Doing? How you
wonderful.
Doing?
Wonderful. So we want to ask you some questions, but we busy.
We'll talk to you later.
I know that pound cake and that ice cream is addictive.
It is.
And then you put them together, like you throw some pound cake in here and mix it up.
Oh my gosh. Who doesn't like pound cake with ice cream?
Exactly.
Oh my God. And it's vegan. Guys.
Vegan.
Okay.
She got a lot of pills. She got stuff.
I know. So this is the pound cake. This is her brand. Oh, that's my cake.
You see that little label with that cute little girl in it? That's her.
Mama Auntie's Vegan Goodies.
Don't you love the name of that, Mama Auntie's?
Yeah, my niece and nephew gave me that name.
I love it, Mama Auntie.
They said that I'm more than an auntie.
Oh,
auntie. And
that's so sweet.
Isn't that sweet?
Yes.
So
how long? Look, we're going to give you the platform. You're going to give us the 411 about you and how you got started with the veganism and is the same reason today what it was when you first became vegan and how you started making all these goodies, Mama Auntie.
Ooh, that's a long story. Okay, so
we get started one at a time while I enjoy my cream.
If I don't stop.
So my mom was always like way ahead of her time. Back in the 60s in East Harlem, my mother was growing wheatgrass on paper towels. Literally growing wheatgrass on paper towels. So she would always have us doing things that was out of the norm for what people were doing in East Harlem. On birthdays, we would go to Cake Masters, which was this amazing bakery, and we would get birthday cakes. And then after we finished the cake, she would give us this big glass in a stainless steel cup, actually, of aloe tea. I'm
gonna stop you real quick.
Yes.
Did you join us on Instagram?
Yes. I did a request. I did a request. You just have to.
I don't know how to work this thing. How do we find you? Oh, there you go. Okay, because you have to tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, everybody. I told y'all I don't know what I'm doing. I don't see you yet.
Well,
Wait,
at least
it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. There it is.
Because I'm sitting up here, I ain't doing nothing.
Okay, now we have
down.
both of us. Okay, so now your mother is.
Yes. So she was health conscious in East Harlem, the only person growing wheatgrass, making us drink aloe tea after we had our birthday cake
down,
to flush our system. Huh?
Turn your phone down, maybe.
It's all the way down.
Okay, well, let's keep going.
Yeah, it's all the way down. So yeah, and we would drink the tea so we could flush our system after we had junk. And so I was always kind of in the frame of mind of health and trying to do things that were, healthy. And then I went away to college and went to Howard University.
Mm-hmm.
When I left Howard, I went to New York and I started living with my voice teacher, this woman who became my voice teacher, and she was a raw food.
Wow.
Yeah, she was.
Did she know your mother? Did they know each other?
My mother. I'd known this woman since I was 1.5 years old because we lived in the same co-op in East Harlem. And so I started living with her, and that's who really planted the seed in my head about veganism, because I was singing at the time and she was just explaining to me how different foods were mucus forming and how you needed to eat.
What year was this?
Huh?
What year was this?
This was 1983.
Wow.
Yeah, 83. So long story short, I come from a long line of bakers. Like my mom used to bake us bread when we were kids. She made I could see her face and her hands, kneading the bread and letting it rise. I had a brother. We were raised in the Nation of Islam, so I had a brother who made bean pies.
Bean pies, girl. Remember they sell them in Harlem? You be driving, you get your bean pies.
He made a mean bean pie. And then my grandmother was an amazing baker. She would make pound cakes and put 7-minute frosting on it. You remember 7-minute frosting?
No.
That is that fluffy frosting that you made on the stove.
No.
And so, but I was the one that couldn't bake. Like my mother told one of my nieces, she's like, your auntie, she's not really much of a homemaker, but you can't have everything, because I was horrible at baking. And so once I got out here to California, I was tired of tasting vegan stuff that tasted like cardboard. You go to these events and all of these people, non-melanated people, I might say, eating this cardboard, talking about, this is delicious. Oh my God,
so
isn't this
true,
delicious?
so true.
And I'm like, no, it's not delicious. Not by a long shot is it delicious. Need to have some flavor and some spices and some something. So I was just always on the quest to be able to eat and make vegan food that tastes just as good as non-vegan food, because that stuff 10-15 years ago,
it was horrible.
Oh my God, it was not good. It was not good.
People didn't know any better, and that's before we got in the game, because we were gonna spice it up. We can't be eating no bad food. That's right.
Well, we spice up our foods in general. You know what I mean? We're not just salt and pepper people.
Well, first of all, when they gave you the trash to eat, you had to figure out, I can't, my necklace is broken. I need you to take it off.
Oh, well, just take it off. Talk.
I couldn't talk. My necklace broke. And I was like, I got to sit back. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So I just started experimenting and baking stuff. I wasn't doing it to, I'm an actor. I'm a documentary filmmaker. So my focus was always there. But I was so happy when I finally baked something that tasted good, since I was the one that could not bake in the family. But I would post it on social media, and people would, could you make that for me? And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, well, can you make a carrot cake? I was like, I've never made a carrot cake before, but
I think I remember when you started posting, and people saying, can you? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how this whole thing started?
That's how it started. I was posting things because I was proud of myself, because I was able to prove my mother wrong. And then from there, I started doing ice cream. And then I just, started fiddling with it. I would take different recipes and I would put things together, and I would read books on ice cream science, and I started making ice cream, and I let a girlfriend of mine taste it. Her husband happened to own a Italian restaurant in Santa Monica, and they started ordering it and became my first client. And then Tabitha Brown happened. We love Tabitha.
Yes, we do.
I saw her on social media before any of this happened. I saw her like right after she ate the sandwich, and she got over 1 million views. And I contacted her and said, "Hey, welcome to veganism. You might want to try my ice cream because I know you probably don't want to give up, good desserts. Now that I'm vegan." She came over. She started doing the Holy Ghost dance in my living room.
I remember. Yes.
And after that, it just took off. I mean, because she has so many followers. And then I got an investor who might be on this call.
One of the things.
Investor.
Yeah. But anyway, so I have an investor, and he started enabling me to branch out, to get a food scientist, to get a commercial kitchen, and do all the things that I need to do so that my business can expand.
Very good.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm a sweet ice cream and cake girl. And because I don't eat the dairy,
Right.
you just feel like, oh man, I don't get to do, girl. That's all I have to say.
No,
Yeah.
it really is delicious.
And it doesn't taste any different.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? That's
Right.
the goal. I mean,
Yeah.
who wants to eat stuff that and my thing is, I don't want stuff to taste good for vegan.
Right.
Oh, here's my niece put up a message.
She said she got the cupcakes for my birthday. I need some more. Well, send it more.
I sent her vanilla cupcakes for her birthday, and they don't taste vegan. That's the point.
No, they don't.
I would love to do a show where you can have vegan stuff and non-vegan stuff, and you let a non-vegan person judge it and taste it and show that you don't have to, have things that only taste good for vegan.
That is so true.
And that's the thing. It's like, because desserts even used to be horrible. I remember one time years ago, I went to Santa Monica and I saw this vegan place. I don't know what it was. And they said, oh, we have vegan mac and cheese. And so I went inside and I ordered some mac and cheese. I don't know what it was. I just really had no clue. I said, what this is. I just didn't even know what to say. I said, because you go, this is mac and cheese. Have you ever had mac and cheese? It wasn't even remotely close to anything I have ever tasted in my life. So they were trying to capitalize on the brand, I guess, and probably make things healthy. But oh God, no.
No, it's taken some time. It's taken because at Stuff I Eat, we've been in the community now since we started in there at 2008, and it's almost 20.
Wow.
So if it was not tasty, if it wasn't cool, we wouldn't still be there.
That's right.
Yeah. And most of your customers are not vegan, right?
No, most of them are not.
And the same thing with me. Most of my customers are not vegan. And that's the point. It's my other sister. My whole family's on here. She said,
oh, that's a sister. Donna will
beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah, challenge for this show. Beat Bobby Flay.
Okay, somebody put it out there.
Come on,
let's beat Bobby Flay. But so tell us a little bit. So now you're in the vegan. Well, let's go back a little bit. You started out as an actress. Okay, tell us about that, and then your whole.
I want to know too. Was it since you kind of grew up with the knowledge of vegetarian, plant-based? We'll put it like that. Was it challenging for you to completely transition? And what was your first reason to transition and become totally vegan? And is it the same reason today, or have you added, reasons for being vegan?
Well, I think originally it was for health reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew about it because I lived with my voice teacher, and she was a raw food vegan.
There you go.
And so I started cleaning up my act for my voice, but I still would go back and forth because it wasn't a strong enough reason.
Yeah.
And then I developed the fibroids. You know about the fibroids?
Okay.
Yeah, really bad fibroid tumors. And I started going to all kinds of holistic doctors, and every doctor would tell me something else to take out my diet. And then finally, I met Dr. Sabi, and I became his pet project. You know, I was doing his program religiously. He actually invited me to his family home in Florida so he
Wow.
could give me some special herbs
Wow.
because they weren't working. But that's what initially got me started, where I need to do this as a lifestyle,
Right.
because there are certain things that correlate, specifically with what you put in your body and what it does to your body. Cause and effect is such a strict law in the universe.
Exactly.
So that was originally, and then I started, learning about the environment and, being more knowledgeable about ethical reasons for veganism. But originally it was because I had these ding dang fibroids and I needed to clean up my diet.
Very
But
good.
I was vegan before I got the fibroids, but I was like a junk food vegan.
Yeah.
Like I was eating a lot of soy, a lot of processed stuff, a lot of, junk food. And so I met Dr. Sabi, and he really helped me to clean up my act. He was an amazing person.
Now, do you have any favorite literature, any go-to books or anything that you can share with everybody?
I wish I could swing the camera around to my kitchen. I got about 500 books over here. I'm not exaggerating.
Well, what's a favorite one that really
spoke to you?
Because see, I have two books that I always share with everybody, and they're the first two books that I read that helped me transition, and that was Fit for Life Volumes 1 and 2, Harvey and Marilyn Diamond, and The Mucusless Diet Healing System by Professor Arnold Ehret.
I know The Mucusless Diet. I had that book way back in the day.
Way back in the day. He was way before his time.
Yeah, because back in the day when you and I started, there weren't a lot of books.
Right.
Mucusless Diet was
one China study.
China Study, Back to Eden.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Everybody
read.
But
now I got
you just had it. You just had it and looked things up to see what with what or what you shouldn't take for something. Back to Eden. But
it was more plant-based. It was teaching you.
It was teaching you about what the different things. Yeah.
And it gave you alternatives to regular Western medicine. My mother would take my sisters and brothers and I to the doctor when something was wrong with us, and have the doctor do the blood test and do the examination, and then have us come into the the conference room to get the verdict. And as he was talking, my mother would be putting on our coats and stuff, and he was talking, and he's like, Miss Wilson, what?
I know.
She said, "Oh, I just wanted to know what I was treating." And then she would go home.
I love it.
Get back to Eden, and she would cure us.
And she cure you.
You know what? I innately knew that because I was always afraid of medicine because I just never knew because sometimes you go in there and they'll tell you, you'll say, I got this. Oh, this is what you have. They don't test you. They don't and then they want to write you a prescription. So I immediately would say, okay, take the prescription. As soon as I walk out, I tear it up. Long as I know what I have now, I know what I'm working with. No, and that's not to say if something, was something detrimental, I would not seek, a physician or a hospital. But however, if they're telling me, if I look at you and you just say, oh, you have this and you haven't done anything and you're going to write me for what? It's like, I'm not all this stuff in my body. I just knew this. I would just tear it up and walk out. Because like your mom.
Once you learn that, and I'm sure your mother knew, she was on wheatgrass so many years ago. It's like
in the 60s.
Yeah, see, in the 60s, that's crazy. All medicine is liver toxic. I don't care if it's just an Advil. They're all liver toxic. So the more you take, the more you're toxing yourself up. So you're so blessed to have been raised with a mother that had knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah. And you asked me about acting, Tara. So,
hold that thought real quick. We're going to come back. Valerie Madison Brown wants us to add the names of the books to the chat she wants to read. So before we go, we're going to add those in there, Valerie, so you can check back and just kind of scroll through and it'll be here. Okay. So go ahead. Now tell us about.
So not only did we not like eat like the typical people in East Harlem, we also didn't have television. My mother didn't believe in television. She called it an idiot box. So the only time
Like that.
only time we would get a television is if we inherited it from a relative, you know, and then it would break in a couple
Not
months and then
hand-me-down
we'd be
TV.
without television.
Well,
But so we would put on shows in my house, my brothers and sisters.
okay.
We would mimic my parents' friends. We would just put on our shows. And I remember seeing a television as a little child. I don't know how old I was. I couldn't have been more than 8 and saying, I'm going to be in that box one day.
I'm gonna be in there.
I'm going to be in that box. I didn't know how I was going to get in there, but I knew I was going to be in that box one day. And so that just kind of started me. My mother would put me in after school programs that were like musical theater. I went to Howard University and I joined the theater group. Joseph A. Walker, who was the first African American to win a Tony Award for the River Niger. I was in his group called 10th World. And I just loved expressing myself that way. I really felt like artists have such a mission. You know, we have the ability to lift people's spirits, you know, especially when the world is so crazy. You know, you want to be able to go somewhere and be entertained and have your spirit lifted and take you out. So that became, you know, a goal of mine to be able to help people, you know, to entertain people and to take people away from their everyday lives.
So let me ask you this. Now, you were vegan when you were in college, so you were already kind of eating a certain way by the time you went off and started doing theater.
No, actually, I didn't really technically become a vegan until I left college and I started living with my voice teacher.
Okay, so that was after college. Okay.
So I left. Right, that was after college. I knew, and actually I put on so much weight in college. I was not a vegan. I was eating all kinds of Church's fried chicken right up the street from Howard University. Church's fried chicken. I knew about it because my mother had, you know, introduced us to wheatgrass and aloe tea and stuff like that. But I was not an official vegan or vegetarian. And my mother would go back and forth maybe with vegetarian, and then we would eat chicken. We would go back and forth. She said it was important to be balanced in what you ate. But I wasn't technically a vegan until I moved out and moved into with my voice teacher. And she was a raw food vegan. And so that's when I really started experimenting with it. And then I went back and forth for years, like most of us do. You know, I was vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. And then one day I was like, you know what, let me just commit. And then I just committed.
And did you see a difference?
That's what I want
and
to know.
because
Absolutely.
I know as soon as I became, when I cut out the meat stuff, and I would do this thing where I would fast every weekend, like just from Friday and just fast all the way to Monday, every weekend. And
Wow.
I had more energy, and I was in a musical and I was dancing and bouncing around. I had more energy than anything. It was the weirdest thing. So did you see a difference in your?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why all of us stay vegan, right? When we try it, you definitely have more energy, more stamina. We look younger than, you know, it keeps you looking young, you know.
It's like night and day. It really is.
Yeah.
And that's why this particular show is so important to Tara and I, to be able to interview people like yourself. Just, you know, average person, to just say, you know, this lifestyle has really changed my world and made such a difference. How about your husband?
My husband is a stubborn Jamaican.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, child, me soon come. Come when me ready. You know,
He like,
he takes his time with everything. Now, part of it is my fault, because if I cooked for him every day and placed it in front of him, because he wants to be served. Jamaican men love to be served. So he'll pretty much eat anything that I serve him. But most of the time, he's not here.
Like serving.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But most of the time he's out, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. And so we're never really together during meal times. So he usually catches something out in the streets. But he likes vegan food, especially when it's made well. But no, he's not vegan. But he would do it if I made his little lunch pail, you know, his little lunch baskets, and let him take it to work and fed him. He would do it, but he would sneak if he was out of the house, I'm sure.
So
But,
you don't preach at him or anything like that. You let him just do his thing, walk his walk.
I would say 50% of the time I let him do his thing. 50% of the time I preach at him. But I've been preaching at him for all these years. We've been together since 1987.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's still not vegan, but he likes vegan food. And if I made it for him, he would every day he would eat it.
Yeah.
He would
yeah.
eat it. Yeah. But he's
Yeah.
also a diva. He's a diva Jamaican too. So the times when I do cook and I'm like, hey, baby, I have something. Oh, what is it? And,
A diva.
and I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow when I cook, I ain't making none for you.
A diva Jamaican. I love that.
So listen, when you have guests over, back in the days when we had guests over,
I know.
and perhaps you're going to share meals with your guests. Were the meals vegan, or did you cook animal products for your guests?
If they're adults, I cook. You just eat what I eat, which is vegan food. But my niece, who was one of the first people who logged on when she was a little kid, like she started staying with me during the summer times when she was from the time she was 3 years old. She's 22 years old now, and now she's exploring veganism, which I'm so excited about. But so she was a little kid, and when she would come in the summer, she had all kinds of allergies and blah 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 blah. So everything that I made for her was not vegan. I would, make for her what she wanted. But I'm not cooking no meat for my husband. That's not happening. And if you're a guest in my house, yeah, you eat what I eat. And most people, when they come here, they
want to try something new.
Yes. Don't you know potlucks? Who eats up all of the vegan food at the potlucks? The non-vegan
are gone.
Absolutely.
Because I think
they eat their food.
They eat your food first. And a lot of times when we go places, we have to say, please let the vegan people eat. Because people eat up all the vegan food, then they eat their food. And then if you don't eat meat, you're just sitting there like with a couple of pieces of something on your plate.
Yes,
that
happens all the time. I had a screening. I'm doing a documentary on fibroid tumors called The F Word.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was told by 3 doctors that the only way to cure my fibroids was to be given a hysterectomy. They said the only way. Mm-hmm. And of course I know, because my mama ain't raised no fool, that was not the only way that you could get rid of fibroids. And so I started doing a documentary on fibroid tumors.
Very good.
That's
I've
good.
been working on it.
Excellent.
Because
it's called
so many people. Hold on.
Yeah, you can find it on Instagram and Facebook. And it's called the F Word. I forgot why I was started out saying that. It was related to something that we were talking about. I can't remember. It'll come back.
Okay, well, Zalam has a question for you, Pashan. What does Pashan
what did Pashan do to get rid of fibroids? I had surgery about 6 years. Wow. Well, I actually eventually had to have a myomectomy, which is where they remove the fibroids, but they leave the uterus intact. And that's only because, like, now there's a program called Hope Beyond Fibroids with Jesse Thompson and Dr. Amun and Dr. Amsu. I don't know if you're familiar with them. But Dr. Amun and Dr. Amsu are based in Atlanta, and Jesse is based in New York. So they have a protocol that's like Dr. Sebi's, but they have the missing link, what was missing from Dr. Sebi's program, which is really to make the connection with the spirit and the mind and the body, because with Dr. Sebi's program, and I was able to tell him this, just changing my diet helped me with the symptoms, but it didn't get rid of the fibroids. And I said, I think it was because I didn't address what was the mental, metaphysical, spiritual aspects of it. So because that wasn't in place that I knew of back then, and I had done all the holistic, I was doing voodoo sanctity, I was doing everything. If you told me it was going to help me get rid of my fibroids, I tried it. And but nothing had worked. And even doing Dr. Sebi's program strictly didn't work. And I told him this is exactly what I said. I think the mental component of it is missing. And he said, you're absolutely right, sister. He said, you're right. So anyway, so I had a myomectomy to get, to have them taken out. I found a sister in Beverly Hills who said, no, you don't need a hysterectomy. I can just take those fibers out, put your uterus intact, and you're back intact and you'll be fine. So that's what I did. But now when I talk to people, I tell them about Hope Beyond Fibroids. You can Google that, Jesse and Dr. Amun and Dr. Ansu, because they help you with the mental component. And for my documentary, I interviewed one of their clients. And I interviewed her 6 months after she did their program. And she went from 58 fibroids down to 8 fibroids.
Wow.
In 6 months. Because the diet, it's an estrogen supportive diet, so it's not just vegan or plant-based. There are even certain things that are vegan and plant-based that may contribute to you producing estrogen. So that, their diet is really strict in terms of having things that make your body not produce a lot of estrogen. Then they have a coach who works with you to get to the underlying mental causes of it. So they've been very successful. And then there's another sister in Atlanta, Aisha, the herb sister. I've sent people to her because my girlfriend had fibroids, and she sent me a picture of her fibroid in a jar from using Aisha's program. And again, I asked her where she got her recipes for her herbs. I said, because, such amazing results. And she said that she got it from the ancestors. She said it came to her in a dream. The formulations and what herbs to use and how to put them together. And she's amazing. So had I known about those people years ago, if they had been around, that's what I would have done. But at the time that I had the myomectomy, I did everything that I knew to do. And so that's what I did. Yeah.
Well, this is what's so great about the show, because we learn so much from our guests, because so many people have transitioned based on health issues. They stumbled. Yeah, but a lot of people, it was, they say, oh, I had a really high blood pressure that was passed down, or I had diabetes or something, and they were looking for alternative ways to fix it. And we've gotten like 19 different versions of what people have done to make sure, that they're healthier in that way. And I think that's why we love doing the show, because, when you don't know, you don't know. And sometimes you don't know where to go. And now the social media with the internet is so confusing. There's so many different sites to go on, and this one contradicts that one. But I like talking to people who've actually done something.
Yeah, your experience just means the world to me.
So that's what's so great. Yeah. That is great. So let's talk a little bit more about auntie mommies, mommy's aunties. So okay, so tell us all the different things you have. Like all you have the ice cream. Okay, what kind of flavors of ice cream do you have?
Wow, too many to name.
Really?
And really, because people will say, "Hey, have you ever tried to make lemon ginger?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't, but let me do it." I'm the yes lady, so I do it, and so I add that flavor. Rum raisin, lemon ginger, date nut, strawberry.
What is one of your best sellers then?
The best sellers are mint chocolate chip but we like butter pecan.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Our other brothers and sisters, they like mint chocolate. I did the vegan street fair, and whenever a black person would walk by, I was like, got some butter pecan over there. They're like, butter pecan?
Yeah.
When the white people walk by, I said, I got some mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip? And then they come and put me some mint chocolate chip.
And the voices switch up, right?
Mint chocolate chip. But yeah, butter pecan, chocolate. What we're launching with the co-packer, they've already we commercialized my recipe. The food scientist. So we're launching with butter pecan, we're launching with chocolate, and we're launching with mint chocolate chip. So those are the ones that should be in the stores, hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah. So now do you have someone's asking? Hold on. Do you have?
I have vanilla, chocolate, butter pecan.
Okay,
yes,
you have the basic flavors too.
Yeah, have the basic flavors, but I do extravagant, crazy flavors too. If you ask me, hey, could you ever think about putting this and that, goji berries and the blah blah blah? I was like, I'll try it. I'll make that for you. But hopefully, you know, in the future, I'll be so busy working with the co-packer and making sure they ain't messing up my recipe that
There
I won't
you
have
go.
time to be doing. I won't have time to do custom flavors.
We're really very proud of
I
you.
know.
So
Wait a
proud
minute.
of you.
I went to Four Seasons one day.
Yeah.
And I ordered some of her ice creams in Four Seasons, and I was sitting there like, look at my girl in Four
I
Seasons,
know.
Beverly Hills.
You
I mean,
sent me the video.
I
Thank
know.
you. Thank
And
you.
it was so good. You know, it's Four Season prices for a couple of scoops, but you don't mind. I'm like,
It's called support.
it's
dude.
called support, you know,
Called
because
support,
you keep
yeah.
if you're in Beverly Hills and you're sitting in the Four Seasons and you're saying, you know, I want something healthy, but I really can't do the dairy thing, or you can order some of her ice cream. So
This is
John Sally helped me get into Ocado restaurant, which is
Oh,
in
nice.
Sherman Oaks.
uh-huh.
It's a vegan restaurant. He tasted the ice cream and he told them about me, and we went and we did a tasting, and they were a really good customer. They ordered every week until the COVID. You know, and they started just doing takeout. So ice cream is not really conducive to takeout. But I'm anticipating they'll start ordering again. So
okay,
yeah.
so you got the ice cream. What kind of cakey desserts and things do you have?
Do pound cakes. I do layer cakes. I do cakes with buttercream. I do cookies, chocolate chip cookies. That actually, after we finish with the ice cream, we'll launch the chocolate chip cookies with macadamia nuts or pecans or walnuts. Huh?
You got to do a vanilla chocolate thing. I don't like chocolate, but I love macadamia nuts.
Oh,
She's not into chocolate.
Oh, she's not
Just
into
men.
chocolate.
Just men.
Yeah, so chocolate chip cookies, you name it, I do it. There's not much I don't make. I don't do a lot of pies because I'm not really a pie person. But any kind of cake I do, huh?
I said yes, because remember you weren't even a baker according to your mom.
Exactly.
Pies are on the way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, so any kind of cake, cookies, brownies, I do all of it.
And you know, it's
cupcakes.
So unbelievably important because our people are sick, you know, and we continue consuming those foods that make us sick, just because of our palates. And to have somebody that makes this becomes comforting for a lot of us.
Oh my God.
You know, dessert, like I have a massive sweet tooth. So the main thing that's perfected in my restaurant is of course my desserts. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I enjoy making them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I enjoy, like yourself, playing around. But the bottom line is what you do is so important. It's they're desserts, but it's important
because people love desserts.
Yeah, and it takes us away from eating mucus forming dessert.
Yeah. Some and I do waffles too.
It's like, ugh.
I do waffles too. I'm just waiting for somebody to do some chicken. Maybe I
got the chicken for you with the
mushrooms,
oyster mushrooms.
Yes,
do the oyster mushrooms and your waffles, and we good to go. I should look. I'm taking plant-based G's, oyster mushrooms.
Well, no, everybody does them.
I know somebody said they blew up on TikTok. Those fried.
Well, I don't know about
mushrooms.
that, but so many people do them. You know, have done them. But
well, they're so good.
They're so good, and
with waffles,
and you get to chew. But one thing I do like about this particular ice cream, Kashawn, is that when you actually get a pecan, you can actually taste the pecan and you can crunch it. Because the pecan's so small, and a lot of it's like pecan nibs, like sand.
Because trust me, the fun to this ice cream is grabbing
pecan.
And crunchy, and it has a good flavor to it.
Like I got one now, I'm still chewing it. Sorry, guys. I normally don't eat on TV, but
yes, you do.
No, we don't. We take a bite and then we don't bite back. But this is ice cream, and I don't want it to go to waste. You understand, right? Y'all understand, right?
Yeah, we don't want it to melt. We don't want it to melt.
Like just now, I got 2 big pieces of pecan.
Okay, Tara.
No, it's so good.
All right, that's your guess, though. You just.
I know, but I'm not used to
Anyway.
What'd I do? I'm praising her pecans. She put pecans in her
I know, honey.
I put real pecan, and I chopped them myself. They are not pre-chopped.
Okay. So what's coming up for you? We know you got your new your ice cream, your new ice cream. What else is going on with you that's coming up that you want to share with us?
Right now, we're just putting the finishing touches on everything that you need to be able to be in stores. It's a whole process.
Okay.
You know, you have to get with a food scientist, and then they have to take your recipe and they have to turn your recipe into a formula. And then and you got to do tasting after tasting to make sure that that formula tastes like your recipe, you know, or at least tastes delicious if it can't taste exactly like your recipe.
Got it.
And my thing was, it had to be as good as mine, and it had to have the same react. I had to get the same reaction from people, meaning they had to say it doesn't taste vegan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was like number one at my list. It can taste a little bit different from mine, but people have to taste it and say, "Wow, this doesn't taste vegan." So we're doing that. We're finishing up with the food scientist. We already met with a co-packer, and that's the company that's actually going to take the food scientist formula and be able to duplicate the recipe. And then also we have distribution. We're lining up all of that stuff. So it's just putting all of those finishing touches on the product so that we'll be ready to launch.
So are you able to keep this product that's so delicious? Are you able to keep it clean? Are you with using?
Yeah, that was another one of my goals. I didn't want to, give it to a food scientist and then all of a sudden they have all of these additives added.
Right.
Because sometimes you do have to change things. Are you still doing custom individual orders? Yes, I'm still doing custom individual orders.
Your niece got your back, boo. Like whatever question we ain't asking, she know what to ask, honey.
Because some of it might be self-serving.
That's my sister. And she's also a publicist.
Oh, that's your sister.
And an event planner, so she wanted
to
anything out. But yeah, so that was one of my goals, that I wanted to keep it clean, because a lot of times, they say because the freezers in supermarkets are constantly being opened and closed, so you have to have something that stabilizes it so that it doesn't, turn icy and blah 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 blah. So our goal was and is to make sure that we keep it clean. Yeah.
Is this your niece? I want 100 cookies.
That's my niece.
So are you going to branch out of desserts, ice cream and cookies eventually, or do you think that you're going to stay in that lane?
I think I'm going to stay in that lane. I think I'm going to
stay in that lane. It's kind of good to hang out when you're good in an area. It's I'm going to quickly just butt in and say, I'm so glad we only had one restaurant when COVID hit. We were so focused on the one place. We're right here in England. We never had to close. We've been, it hasn't been easy. We had to make some adjustments. But because we had the one thing going, it kept us going.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that you're focusing and getting this perfected. And
yes, I want to get this perfected. I want this to be successful. I want to be able to help other female entrepreneurs who want to know how to take their stuff from their kitchen into, and get it into supermarkets. I want to, be able to do that. Right. I want to be touring the country and the world with my documentary, because, that especially like places like South Africa, it's very common in South Africa, for people to have fibroids. I want to be on the set, pretending to be somebody else. So So I want to do it all.
I love it.
Well, this is great, guys, because I'm going to tell you, number one, everything on this plate is delicious. I've already had about 3 pieces of cake, so I'm not eating any more cake. I did wait for the ice cream. But you guys, tell everyone where they can find you, Pashawn.
You can find me at www.mamaauntiesvegangoodies.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Mama Auntie's Vegan Goodies.
I'm posting it here, guys. Mama Auntie's
Vegan Goodies.com.
And then we will also post the books. Oh, let's see, I can't even type. .com. Okay.
Right. And you can go on the website and you can order and go to Ocado now that they're opening up and say, hey, where's that ice cream?
Okay.
So get back in there sooner rather than later. Same thing with Four Seasons. Where's that Mama Auntie's ice cream?
Yeah. So what else do you want to share? Anything else you want to say before we take off and say goodbye? And
no, I just want to thank my family for
you owe them some money.
I owed him some money. I owed him some cake
Looking
and
you
ice
up
cream.
today.
Yeah. But yeah, no, thank you ladies for having me on. Really, really
Well,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
You were completely and totally a treat, and especially this stuff.
And
you
I haven't
sent
even
us.
eaten today, so this is actually my meal. But you know what, guys, support. I know everyone's out to support Black businesses now, but just
Yes.
support, yes, that as well. But support her because her stuff is really, really
And
good.
we need it.
And we need it.
We need
It's healthier for you. You don't have to give up the goodies. You get to have healthy.
Don't give up the goodies.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest thing with vegan is everybody thinks, you know, like a friend of mine said, well, I want to eat fish. I said, well, fry some oyster mushrooms. You know, get the stuff,
Yeah.
the hot sauce, dip them in. You just chew it.
And you know, once you change your mind about why you're transitioning, you don't desire to eat the other stuff. I don't
Right.
need to go to a cow
Right.
get
Yeah.
milk to have some ice cream. I just
Right.
had some ice cream, and you didn't do
Right.
that. And so
Right.
that's
Exactly.
how together we affect all of us. All of life is affected by each and every one of us. And that's
Yeah.
why when you come up with ideas like this, I can give you some ice cream and we don't have to take it from a cow. I can
Exactly.
give you some chicken and we ain't gotta kill chickens. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just
I know
it's
exactly
where
what
we
you mean. Yeah.
need to go. We don't have to change our palates. We really do not. I mean, I run a restaurant and I've been in this restaurant for years now. Stuff I eat, shameless plug. But
Well, it's your
but the bottom line is I serve a community that generally it used to be considered a desert. And
Yeah.
I came over there when I was practically the only person on the street. But there was a need. And we stayed there and we put the work in, and trust me, we still putting the work in. So I honor you and I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
much.
you're gonna go far. Stay focused. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
Your
you.
product will be everywhere. You'll be so happy that you just
Stay the
stayed
course.
on the course.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it's so needed. And
It's
that
needed.
more than anything, yes, delicious, but we need it. And I say this for the people out there that are suffering
Mhm.
because they don't understand why their quality of life is so horrible. It's because you're ingesting things that your body was not meant for you to ingest. And that is why the quality of your life is like it is. Hey baby, 70, I'm gonna be better at 70 than I was at 69. You know why? Because I control that.
I'm right behind you. I'm right behind. I'll be 60 next year. So
Oh, she a baby, huh?
Yeah, you're a
You're
baby.
I'm right behind
You're the baby of the
You're
group.
the baby of the group, but you're still gorgeous, mama.
Yes,
No, but the bottom line is thank you, sweetheart, from the bottom of our
Thank
hearts.
you.
We really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
everything you do.
Appreciate you.
And we appreciate your knowledge.
Yeah, you know what? And appreciate your food. I know I keep going back to the cake and ice cream, but this is my thing. Y'all don't even know.
But
Y'all
she's
don't-
smart too. She's smart
I
too.
know she's very smart. I'm plugging her business that is so good.
I'm plugging you too, boo.
And we're plugging you all around. However, this, guys, if you've
Go
never
lick
had
the bowl. She
I'm
gonna
not gonna
no,
lick
she
the bowl. No,
gonna
I
lick
put
the
the rest.
bowl.
I put the rest in the refrigerator for later because now this and oh what? So let me ask you a question. So
Yes.
can you take this and how people like to make their milkshakes and stuff? Could you take it and pour some almond milk in it and blend it up and have
Yep.
milk?
Absolutely.
So it'll have the same
Absolutely.
consistency then.
Yes. Yeah. I make
That's all
milkshakes. I also make ice cream sandwiches. Those are
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah, ice cream sandwiches.
So you get a couple of your
you.
cookies. So do you
And put it
you
Yes.
do that?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said we could. Oh, wow.
Well, you could do that too, but I do it.
Oh,
I do it for
okay.
you. You don't have to do it.
See, there's nothing to miss.
I
There's nothing-
know.
And when you learn that, you really don't have to do the alternative.
And we want to say to the world, anybody out there, like what you said on Help Sisters, if Pashan can do this, y'all can do this. There,
do it.
everybody has a light. Everybody,
Yes.
the same intelligence
Yes.
that created you, created me, and all of it, and it shines. We are nothing more than just expressions of it. And so, anything you want to do, I don't care whether you got money or not. You ain't had no money, but I bet you got you an
I
investment.
have no money.
I bet you
sure
got
didn't.
everything you need to make this happen.
The key is
I
one
sure
foot.
did.
You take the first step,
There you
and it's
go.
almost like you turn around and somebody's there. You take another step, you
Yep.
turn around and somebody there. You take no steps, and you sit on your couch and watch people do it. That's it. You know, and
You're
I was
absolutely
telling a
right.
friend of mine the other day, I said, you know, I don't know of one person that I know of that is doing maybe, and I'm not saying anything against 9 to 5s. Everybody does what they love to do or doing what they have to do. However, usually there's something else everyone has always wanted to do. One thing that they, you know,
And
that
that they're
too
good
afraid,
at.
that they're good at, but too afraid to do it.
Yeah, they're good.
Step out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like right. Sometimes it's right under your nose. Just try it.
It's God trying to express through you. Allow it to express.
And
Yeah.
on that note, I'm going to allow God to express with the rest of this
I want
Thank
to
you,
take a
ladies.
picture.
You mean like that?
Yeah. See. Anyway, baby, we're gonna get off this.
Thank you so much, Rashawn. Guys, remember
Thank
to
you so
follow
much.
her, support her, go grab her,
And share this video.
share.
And if you enjoyed it, tell us you enjoyed it.
That's right.
And come back next Sunday.
That's right. Because who do we have? Sylvia Mathis Manning.
All
I think
right.
she changed her name.
But anyway, we love you, baby.
Okay, thank you so
Bye,
much.
love you
We're gonna
guys.
put the name of your books here, Babette, before we say goodbye. Bye-bye, Pashan.
Bye,
Thank
baby.
you.
Have a good one.
So, guys, thank you
she
so
was
much.
great.
She's so great.
She was wonderful.
Yes, she's so great. Thank you guys so much for joining in. We're going to write the names of the book. Babette, what are the names of the book? I'm going to
We've got Fit for Life.
Fit for Life
by Harvey.
See, we don't have an assistant. Fit for Life
by Harvey.
And
Marilyn.
Diamond. And I'm
And
gonna fix that because that is
Harvey and Marilyn Diamond.
Okay.
And then we have the mucusless diet.
Okay.
You look like you typing over stuff, Taylor.
Well, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Mucusless. No, you know how to spell mucus?
M-U-C. I got it.
Mucusless diet.
M-U-C. Mucusless diet. How do you spell M-U-C-U-S, right?
M-U-C-U-S-L-E-S-S.
That's what I wrote, and it's underlined.
Well, it could be M-U-C-O-U-S.
I tried that too, and it underlined.
It just put,
okay.
y'all know it's mucusless diet
by
healing system.
By healing system?
No, the mucusless diet healing system.
Who's that by?
That's by Professor Arnold. A-R-N-O-L-D.
I not spell Arnold.
E-H-R-E-T.
Earhart. Him.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
That's Wendy Barnes.
Oh, y'all look fab. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. Anyway, y'all.
Thank you for joining in.
We love you guys. And I know sometimes I sound fussy when I say, watch the show. I mean it, though. Because we love coming to y'all every Sunday. This is what, come on. We ain't got a whole bunch we look forward to, but we look forward to.
I got a lot I look forward to. I'm sorry.
Just go with me on this.
Okay.
You
We don't got a whole bunch we look forward to.
We just come here on Sunday nights and TidBits.
Under the hot light.
You see, we're sweating, but we love y'all, so we come anyway. Oh, we need to stop her. Okay. Okay. Bye, y'all. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
You stupid.
I don't know how to turn this. I'm so hot.